Yeah, so I'm at the Outbreakers.
Hello. So we're gonna do a little quick trade review. Today was a very up and down day. Very up and
That's
down.
insane.
We
Curious is crazy.
That's not crazy. I mean, like,
That is crazy, bro.
that's volume.
Alright. So for the trade today, the bias was bearish. Why was it bearish? We failed, or not failed, but at the time being, we had closed. We're making our way below this 4-hour low. Our next objective was the downside right after that. But in order to see that objective met, we needed to go ahead and have the 1 hour fall in line with the break of structure to the downside, filling equilibrium to then move forward on the smaller time frames to the downside. What happened was we did not end up closing, or we did close below. No, it was right here. Sorry, I gotta go right back into it. This is ES, NASDAQ. Come on, man. This is why I don't like doing it off my phone. Anyways, we had failed at the time to close below the low. We were pushing down just a tad bit with this candlestick, but nonetheless, we couldn't hold it. We just could not fucking hold it. Here's that candlestick I'm talking about right there. If you go in more, you can see that the break never really happened. The break of structure never happened on NASDAQ. Yes, we did get that break. No, we didn't. We never got that break on ES either. It looks like we did, but if you go deeper inside of that chart, you can see this candlestick never really closed below this low. So at the time, it had price going up. That's why we have this candlestick's wick. So I had to go ahead and switch my bias from bearish to bullish to compensate for the moves that could have been had. At the time, ES was the leading index to the upside or downside. NASDAQ was leading index to the upside. So if I wanted my longs, I needed NASDAQ. If I wanted my shorts, I needed ES. Well, I'd seen my longs happen on NASDAQ. Everything followed through perfectly. I had to delete my my actual trade entry, but you can see from here to here we had a little bit of a trade going on, but I had to let it go because if we go into the 1 minute, we'll be able to go ahead and see that there was going to be a fair value gap that got itself inversed. I have to find it. There was a fair value gap somewhere. I believe it was somewhere up here. No. Where were you, big boy? My entry was there. There it is. So, sold myself. Entry was here. Boom. Where are you here? It was probably there or here that I had that entry. We're gonna find that out right here. Go over right here. That was the second one. Or was the first one, I'm sorry. Right here, you could see that we inversed the gap. I told myself if we went ahead and did that, I needed to go ahead and kill the trade. It needed to happen. Why? Because if we come back down, inverse this gap, the likelihood of us wanting to go ahead and seek out the lows to the downside were imminent. Because, nonetheless, I switched my bias, the whole structure for the day was down. Why? Everything that I said before. 4 hour was coming very close to the prior 4 hour close. We couldn't get it with the first closure candle, but there was a high chance that we were going to be able to see a move to the upside and then swing back down to the downside. And eventually that's what happened. So that very same move happened. We swang down and then swang right back up to just come right back down again. Nonetheless, I went in for $190. I told myself that the only way that I was able to go ahead and preserve a little bit of capital was by respecting the confluences that would have shown that the trade was going to be invalidated. So with that being said, both the trades equaled out to about $154 on one account and $150 on the other account. So a grand total of $300 and some change for the day to be going. What could I have done better? Well, if I would have just patiently waited for let me go over here. If I would have just patiently waited for the 1 hour candle to go ahead and close below this right here. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. How could I have done this better? If I was looking for the sell side, what I really needed to do was either A, wait for a closure below this candlestick right here in the 1 hour to go ahead and show me that there was going to probably be more downplay to the downside, or B, waited for tomorrow to come ahead and not taking the trade. Taking the first move would have been more beneficial because, well, today was really choppy and it was very clear to see how choppy it was going to be right off the gate. Although we did go ahead and move very violently down throughout the pre-market. Throughout the open, we swung down, and after that, model shows if there's going to be a reversal happening, you're going to want to follow through with that reversal. And on top of that, we already had 1 hour prior session lows already be hit. So at the time, yes, grand scheme of things, it says bearish, but the idea had to be flipped on its head because there was a very good chance that price wanted the upside, and with already taking out lows at the downside on a higher time frame, we only really needed to go ahead and see a reversal plus a confirmation that that reversal was going to happen, and all that happened perfectly, beautifully, but price just couldn't hold. Price couldn't hold to the upside. Price barely could hold to the downside right now. And this is on NASDAQ. If we go to ES, it might be a little better. Yeah, not really. Well, that's today's price action for you, though. It's kind of hoping for something better, but what can you do? What can you do beyond just mitigate your losses as much as possible? If you guys found this review, this trade review, to be educational, and if you guys want to go ahead and further understand the confluences I use to go ahead and take daily trades, go ahead and comment bootcamp down below. I will then send you a URL code to my Instagram page. From there, we could go ahead and privately message each other to see if you're actually a good fit. No, I don't want just anybody off the street just coming into the Discord, because why? I want serious people in this. I'm putting my time and my effort and all the knowledge that I have into this Discord, and I don't want it to go to waste. I don't want it to go to somebody that just wants to pick something up for the one time, throw it away the next day just because they don't feel like ever picking it up again. I don't want those kind of people. So, once more, if you guys really did go ahead and if you guys would like to understand how to do this a little more, if you found this interesting, comment bootcamp down below and we'll go for further more. Alright guys, see you guys tomorrow.